Hey everybody! Today I'm out in our backyard with my favorite fruit tree, our Red Bartlett pear. I really love this tree. It is so easy to take care of. The pests don't seem to ever bother it. I think it's a pretty tree and it has produced an amazing amount of fruit. So because of that, I'm going to try something I've never tried before, and that's propagating from a cutting. So I've done some research online and I'm going to propagate from a semi-hardwood cutting. I've taken my semi-hardwood cutting and I've brought it inside to my potting bench. This cutting is about 6 to 8 inches long, and I have cut the bottom of the stem just below a leaf node. Then I've removed all the leaves from the bottom. Oh, and here's a close-up of the leaf node. You can see the stem is not bendy, but it is not the hard gray stem that you typically see on a more mature cutting. The potting mix I'm going to use for this container is seed starting potting mix. You want something that is well draining, and the bag actually says excellent for starting cuttings. So that's what I'm using today in this little pot. Make sure your soil is nice and moist before you put in your cutting. Before I do anything else, I am going to make a pencil-sized hole in the soil here so that when I put my cutting in, it slides in gently. It's not roughing it up. Next, I'm going to dip the cut end of my cutting in rooting hormone, tapping off the excess, and then the next step will be planting this. So because I've already made my hole, my pencil-sized hole, this easily goes in. It doesn't rub off the rooting hormone. It's a gentle process. Then just like anything else when you plant it, you press it firmly in there so the stem is intact with the soil. Next, you need to create a humidity dome. I use a plastic zipper bag. Just an easy thing to use, and get one large enough that it won't break your stem, any of the leaves. It just needs to go over it gently, just like this. And what this is doing is just like the humidity domes you put on your seed starting trays, this is going to have the same effect. It's providing good humidity so those roots can start growing. If you've used humidity domes in the past, you know they also help you not to have to water your seeds or your cuttings as often as you would if it didn't have a humidity dome. So you will need to keep track of this and don't let it dry out, but you probably won't have to water it as much as you think. And now I'm putting it under my grow lights. I have them on timer as always, and I will check on this daily to make sure the soil is not drying out, there's no pests that are causing problems, and just to make sure it's overall healthy. Subscribe to my channel to watch the progress of this with me. Thanks for watching.